many more. Tickets are $25 for adults, $23 for Signature Series subscribers, and $12 for full-time students. Call 352-236-2274 or go to OcalaCivicTheater.com for more information.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, this is going to be a fun interview. Oh my gosh, this is such a great book. I am holding a copy of a book called Atlas Obscura. This is a large book, and oh my gosh, have you ever heard somebody say, "I have a book that you can't put down"? This is a book you won't be able to put down. It is an explorer's guide to the world's hidden wonders. So much stuff in this book. Dylan Thuras is one of the authors. Joshua Ford, Dylan Thuras, and Ella Morton are the three names on the cover. Dylan is the co-founder and creative director of AtlasObscura.com. He's a speaker about the changing nature of explorations. Do we only have 10 minutes? Oh my gosh.
I know.
No way.
Get more.
All right. So I looked up Florida, and I don't think there was anything in the index with Florida. So right next to it was the fetishes, and I found this place where they sell monkey heads and dog heads and the crazy stuff, someplace in the world, and then I found this place in the lower part of Manhattan where there was a terrorist attack in the 1920s. I'm going to be there in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to go look.
Yep.
The pot marked concrete is still there from the terrorist attack of the 1920s. Good morning, Dylan.
Hey, good to be here. Nice to talk to you, Larry.
If you go to a party. Yeah, nobody's going to say anything. They're going to listen to everything you're saying. You're going to be constantly telling us all these little things, right?
Hopefully I restrain myself from doing that. But I do. It is fun to always ask people about where they're from and what strange, unusual things that they know about or they grew up near. It's one of my favorite things about the Atlas is people, when you start talking about this, they say, oh, you know what was a mile from my house was this crazy castle that this guy had been building for 20 years. So, yeah, it's a fun part of that.
And that's how they talk, too.
Absolutely.
You know what I have down the road from me? I have Thomas Edison's last breath.
Yeah.
That's in the book. Thomas Edison's last breath is in a test tube somewhere, right?
That's correct. That's in Michigan, and there is Florida. Florida is in the book. I promise you, it is. I'm looking at a spread of what is near in Gainesville right now. Okay. So yeah, you've got the Florida bat houses and Stiltsville and the Waukee Weechee mermaids and Skunk Ape Research Headquarters. We got a bunch of good Florida stuff.
Isn't it funny? Yeah. They don't seem weird to us. When you say all of those things, they don't seem weird to us.
Yeah. Even the Skunk Ape Research Headquarters seems normal to you.
No, not that one. Where are you? Where are you calling from?
I am in Manhattan right now.
All right. So, Have you gone down to this terrorist site from the 1920s?
I have. I've been down there. You know, it's funny because I think that's not really marked with any plaque. There's nothing that would tell you that it was there. But on the wall are these big chunks, and it was the worst terrorist attack in New York until September 11th, and obviously is sort of a timely thing at the moment where you're kind of reminded that there's some history of this kind of thing as part of the city.
I really found interesting that musical composition. That's playing in the Lighthouse in London for the next 1,000 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you've got time.
Yeah. That was pretty fascinating.
Oh, okay. Can we just... I'm just picking at random. The Island of Dolls. This looks creepy. What is this? What is the Island of Dolls?
So that's a great one. So that's down in Mexico, and it's basically this one guy's sort of outsider art project. He was kind of a self-made hermit. He lived on this island by himself, and he collected all of this stuff, mostly dolls, and arranged it around the entire island. So it's just hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of doll heads, doll parts hanging, and it's a little bit unclear why he did this. Although some say that it may be that he lost a child, and
okay,
he went mad and kind of this was his expression of that grief.
By the way,
but yeah,
you just used the expression "self-made hermit." I just love that. I think I'm going to use that. Because it's the definition of a hermit, self-made. Who would help you?
Yeah, exactly.
I said sometimes people, very, very annoying people are assistant hermits.
The book is so well done. How long did you guys take to write this book?
It was a long process. It took us about 5 years.
So did it start with one weird thing? Were you sitting around the coffee table saying, "Gosh, I saw this weird thing," and one of the others said, "Yeah, I saw a weird thing too." Mm-hmm. We should
So it's at the heart of this thing is a website, the website Atlas Obscura, and it's basically a place where people can submit unusual places, and then we have an editorial team who looks them over, fact checks them, and turns them around. So on the website there are 10,000 places, but we realized early on that we wanted to kind of distill this, choose the absolute best ones, find really beautiful photography. We wrote everything up from the ground up when we started the book, and so it's sort of this distilled version of the entire world's most unusual, most surprising places, and so it's exciting to have it out in the world. I
love the synchronized fireflies in Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, and you got some close to you. There's some close to all, but in Tennessee, in Elkmont, and they were only the flashing fireflies of the Great Smoky Mountains, and they were only discovered to be synchronized in the early 2000s, and it was this kind of scientific mystery about how they go about syncing up to one another, what systems they use to communicate so that the entire forest kind of flashes in this unison. So it's both far and near this kind of stuff.
So there's actually a Viagra flavored ice cream?
Apparently that's correct. I have yet to try it. But,
Now, if you're healthy, you don't need to do that.
Does this ice cream taste? I thought this was soft serve. There's a joke. There's a joke there somewhere. There's a joke there somewhere. Oh, speaking of that kind of things, is there any? Oh, the John Lennon statue. Wait a minute.
You're going there. You said you're going there. Is
no,
that
this
Strawberry
is in Havana.
Fields?
There's a John Lennon statue not too far from here, by the way, in Mount Dora.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
It looks creepy. I mean, it looks like a. I don't know. It looks creepy to me.
Are you talking about the one in Cuba?
No. I'm looking at the one in Cuba. That actually looks pretty good.
Right.
But there's one here in Florida in Mount Dora. Same as this one, sitting on a bench. John Lennon sitting on a bench. Yeah, it is kind of creepy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's John Lennon sprinkled around the world, it sounds like.
I found it fascinating about the Amsterdam Zoo, about molds and yeast and bacteria. I mean, that's something that's pretty fascinating that doesn't really get touched on a lot.
Yeah, you're not expecting to see microscopic creatures when you head to the zoo, but it's a sort of a different take on, I think it's called the micrarium, and it's this different take on life. I mean, that's the vast majority of the creatures that we inhabit the world with. So why not sort of give them their own zoo?
Exactly.
So what? Tell us the one thing that if I were to ask you in an elevator, what's the weirdest thing in the book? What would you tell me?
That's a tough one, but one of my favorites is a place called Blood Falls in Antarctica. It's a 3-story waterfall that is leaking this blood red liquid, and the liquid actually turns out to be from this underground chamber that was basically sealed off for millions of years and has its own extremophile bacteria in it, and so the stuff that is coming out of this blood red waterfall is like a truly alien species. It's types of bacteria that are basically like an alternate life. So there's a whole bunch of researchers who've been down there and studying these strange creatures. And the red comes from the iron that's in this water, but it's a really striking. It's like an H.P. Lovecraft type site.
Wow.
So,
Dylan,
I love that.
Dylan, good luck with this. I mean, you have hit this is a really wonderful book, and the website atlasobscura.com. I would recommend you want something to talk about tomorrow? You do a radio show? You're looking for talking points? You're never going to run out of them with this. Dylan, thank you for being on the air with us today.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, we will take a break, and we'll be right back.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Hey, this is Matt Wilkerson with Verizon. Do you have teenage drivers or elderly parents that drive? I have what you need. It's the new Hum device by Verizon. Plugs directly into your car and sends alerts to your cell phone on the location, speed, and driving habits. And you set boundary alerts. You can call and speak live with an ASE certified mechanic. And if you have an accident and can't respond, Hum will automatically send for help. All this and more for just $10 a month. And if you're in Marion County, I'll even deliver and set it up for free. Call me 352-528-0020.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
Are you a list maker? Got your day planner laid out to structure your day? Well, here's something to add to your list. Make time for something really important. Visit Highland Memorial Park, because how you prepare for that moment is so important. Why Highland? Sure, it's a beautiful place, but aside from the beauty and the quiet reflection, practical people will appreciate the many options. Take a tour and make some serious plans. The Highland staff will confidentially show you all options and payment plans. Call today, 369-1020. Highland Memorial Park. Peace and reflection for your family.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Crowdfunding websites have been extremely popular lately, and so I guess this had to happen eventually. Now there's crowdfunding for your divorce. If you're trying to eat more vegetables, or you want your family to, go all Picasso with the broccoli and cauliflower and create your own vegetable masterpiece. Crossing our arms can help us solve complex problems, and it also makes us feel comforted and stronger.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
The Frank Sinatra Tribute Concert, Seriously Frank, is live on stage October 6th through 9th at the Ocala Civic Theater. Vocalist Michael Matthews pays tribute to Frank Sinatra, Come Fly With Me, The Way You Look Tonight, New York, New York,
Start spreading the
and many more. Tickets are $25 for adults, $23 for Signature Series subscribers, and $12 for full-time students. Call 352-236-2274 or go to OcalaCivicTheater.com for more information. Highland Memorial Park is a beautiful place, not a sad place. You know you need to put your house in order, and Highland is the place to take care of your end-of-life issues. You have thought about it, but keep putting it off. That is just our nature. We want to protect our family, but life gets in the way. Pre-planning makes sense, but at some point, it will be too late to plan ahead. Don't put this off any longer. Call Highland Memorial